Join me as I create my very first TV and movie journal. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Tracy, and here on my channel, I like to play creatively in journals. I like to sticker up my planners, and I like to do some crafty hauls. Today, we're actually going to be playing around in my creative journal because we're going to be creating a TV and movie tracker / review book. That's what it's going to be. Just going to be TV series and shows. Well, I guess series and shows are like the same thing, but like documentaries, maybe even reality TV and movies. I don't watch a lot of movies, but I do need to capture the few that I do watch. So what I have in front of me is I have this set that I got from Planners Anonymous. Ephemera. I think these are all, most of these are stickers. We'll figure it out. We have tape and glue. Also have some cards. They could be fun. And then we have a whole bunch of pieces of little popcorn that's going to get lost. So let me slide these over there. So then we have these double-sided papers. So you have the popcorn. I think this is really, really cool. Because it's double-sided, I could, we'll talk about that. Then you have this just regular like movie themed kind of like icons with the red on the back. This is acetate, right? Is that what it is? Like acetate, but that's really cool. But what do I want to use something like that in my journal? This could also be kind of like cool, like divider. Then we have some printed vellum. And then we have the scrapbook paper that matches that with just that on the back. So I get 2 pieces of scrapbook paper each. So it does make it a little bit easier when trying to decide whether you want to use the front or the back. Even though the back has solids, those are really cool and they're very complimentary. So definitely something I may want to use. So yeah, this is going to be pretty much what is used for the setup. But I haven't quite figured out what journal I want to use. So I do have a B5 here. This one as like partially used. You can see there's like some pages that have been cut out. So it's a few pages have been used, but not a lot. So I was like, maybe this is a good time to bring this back into the mix. It is a B5. I think that will work great for the logging, just because there's a lot of room in here to log books. You know, it's a longer page, so I don't really have to use multiple pages for like movies. This will probably be fine for movies as long as I don't like, you know, keep it small. As far as my writing is what I meant. Writing small. But I don't know if it's too big and if maybe I want to save this for some other purpose, because I haven't actually just done a full-on creative journal on something this large. So maybe that would be a good purpose for that. The other 2 are both A5s. This one I have 2 of because I got the Halloween box from Cora Korea Crafts, and then they ended up sending me one as well. So I have 2. It's like the dark scriptorium or whatever. It's really, really cool. It kind of has like a movie type vibe too, or like a horror film vibe. The one reason why I was thinking about this one is, at least for my logbooks and stuff, I wouldn't like be decorating a lot of it. I mean, I know I have some stuff sitting out, but a lot of this is just going to be writing down everything. I'm not sure how creative I'm going to be in my review pages. Maybe I will be creative, maybe not. Like I said, some spreads I might find some like creative inspiration and do clip art or do like a collage or something like that. But some of them I just might want to write. So it might be like a picture of maybe the film poster or the series poster or something, and then just writing. So this will work well for that, but it wouldn't work well for the ones that I really want to decorate. So that I kind of already talked myself into probably choosing this one. I have a lot of journals that are really, really pretty as well. But I was trying to pick some that I always pick over and don't necessarily choose. Just because this is going to be one that, you know, I'm trying out. I hope this is something that I'm going to stick with. But it's, you know, something new for me. So This is a Happy Planner journal. I got this from Go Wild. Don't love the dots. I always say that every time I open up the Happy Planner journal. I forget until it's like bam in my face. I just like more subtle dots on my dot grid. But I think this would still work. Plus with the like vinyl cover, if I were to get like vinyl stickers or something like that, I could make it look really cool. So I think I'm leaning toward this. I didn't have any other journals that kind of screamed like movies that I wasn't already in. So that's why I went with this. And plus, like I said, you know, if I started this and, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm not really feeling this, then I wouldn't be heartbroken about this journal. All right, so let's talk about what I think I want to put in here. So I am going to kind of go along the same lines that I went with my book review journal, not my reading journal. My reading journal is super elaborate, but my book review journal is more of a supplement to that. And for my book review journal, what I ended up doing, how many times am I going to say book review, is I have a page in here to capture all of my 5-star reads. No, I have not updated it. I did a really good job with that, the way I colored that in. As I created this journal this year, I was, you know, made this all fancy and printed everything out. And then for 2026, it's handwritten. And I haven't even updated it since I think April. But it's fine because I have a reading journal that captures a lot of this stuff that I just transferred in here. But yeah, this is probably how my log is going to look. I just have to figure out how I want to like organize it, because this is just books. It's just one thing. But I definitely think I want to separate series, probably even from limited series, because like a limited series is like a 1-season run is pretty much what a limited series is. They're more popular like on Netflix. So it's like 8 episodes and you're done. There's definite finale. You know what happens. There's no cliffhanger. So I figured those are different than your like ongoing series. So I want to capture those differently. Then I do watch documentaries. Those are fun. Then I also watch, you know, my like, you know, reality TV, my trashy reality TV, plus like challenge competition shows like Traders and things like that. I'll watch some of those. And then every once in a while, I'll be in the mood to sit down and watch a movie. I can sit down for 8 hours and watch a TV series in one day. But if you tell me I need to sit down and watch a 2.5-hour movie, make it make sense. I don't know why, but yeah. So I want to capture all of those separately. So I have to figure out what to do. I was thinking about doing something like this, but maybe cutting the top of the page off so you can see it's all 2026. So it's more like almost like a Dutch door setup, but there's not going to be any fancy cutting and stickering. It's going to be basic and simple. So that way all of my 2026 pages are going to be like kind of together. And then when I start 2027, I'll need more pages because it'll be for the entire year, which 2026, I might backtrack to like April, but before April, I can't tell you what I watched. So that's what I'm thinking for that. Because like I do like the 5 stars. I'm not sure yet if I want to, I guess I probably should rate. I should probably rate them, but I don't know if I want to rate it like a 5 stars, like a star rating. I might do like, dislike, meh, or something like that. Maybe I'll do something like that. So like thumbs up, thumbs down, or just like the smiley face with the line for the mouth, like that might be my ratings for TV shows and movies. But I think I want like a wall of fame type thing, so I need to do that. What is not in here, because I have a reading journal that I think I would want to put in here, would be like a to be watched list. Like my to be read list is in my reading journal, but I want a to be watched list, and that's going to kind of go on. It's not going to be year by year. So I think I would want something like that in the front. It's because a lot of people tell me, hey, this is good, you should watch it. I'm not in the mood to watch it. And then I forget about it. So I need to record that somewhere. So I definitely want to reserve quite a few pages for that. So do I want that in the front because it'll be easier to find? Like, you know, you might think the Wall of Fame should be the first pages, but I'm thinking maybe the to be watch list should be first, because I can easily flip to it whenever I want to watch it. The other thing is I could always just put it in the back too. That way, I might do that. I might just do a to be watch list in the back. That way I don't have to think about how many pages I want. I just start it somewhere back here and then go for however many I need. So that might be what I do. I did something like that a couple years ago in one of my reading journals. All right, so that's what we're going to do. My to be watch list is going to be in the back. So I'll do like a Hall of Fame type thing, I guess, because this is going to be a multi-year journal. And when I say multi-year, I mean as little as I watch sometimes now. The older I get, the more I read and the less TV I watch. Plus I'm filming YouTube videos, so that kind of takes away from my TV time. This could be like a 5-year journal, y'all. So maybe this will probably be a title page. So maybe I'll do 1, 2. So just like pretty much all of my other spreads that I do in my creative journals and any of my other journals, I did not do very much pre-planning, especially when it came to how I wanted to decorate these pages. I just pulled my Planners Anonymous kit out and was like, that's what we're going to go for. So yeah, this is going to be kind of figuring it out as I go. I did get some washi with the Planners Anonymous kit as well, but this one that I'm using right now, I actually got from Temu. So that film strip washi, you can find that all over Amazon, Temu, probably a whole bunch of different places. It's a pretty popular type of washi. But you know, I got it from Temu because it was really cheap. So when I was trying to figure out what to do, I started placing all of these stickers, which were fairly large. I'm like, you know what? I need to pump the brakes and pull out some alphabet stickers. Now, I have tons of alpha stickers. I have some from Callow Plan. I have tons from Live Love Posh, Happy Planner. But then I was like, you know what? Let's use some really large ones. And then I remembered that I had this collage type sticker book, and I was like crossing my fingers. I had enough of the alphabets left to create a title in the black, white, and gray version. And I did. This sticker book was recently restocked, by the way. If you're curious or wanted to grab your copy of it, it's really, really cool. You'd never have enough alphabet stickers. I do have a discount code for Live Love Posh. That'll be down in the description box. But because these were so large, I did not do a very good job of kind of figuring out the placement before I stuck them down. I didn't like mash them down really hard because I knew I was gonna have to move them. But you know, you have the TV and the and on one side, and then you're pretty much scrunching up the word movie on the other. But it's fine. It's fine. Those other decorative stickers are so large. They kind of help make it look, you know, a little bit more, I guess, together. I don't know what I'm trying to say. And it's not really centered, but more together. After I did TV and movie, I'm like, I guess I need to spell out journal, right? So unfortunately, I still had enough letters for that as well. I think I'm pretty much out of certain letters now. So that set might be pretty close to being done. Unfortunately, there'll be a whole bunch of leftovers, but maybe I can use those for some like random junk journaling. But yeah, so now that I spelled out the title, now I'm just going to start sticking everything on the page. Those little cards are not stickers, so I did have to glue that on there. I also wanted to mention, so I got this kit from Planners Anonymous like a couple years ago. And when I got it, it was heavily reduced, like 80% off, which means it was a pretty old kit. So these stickers are not really sticking. They're falling off the page. So I do have to reinforce some of it with tape and glue, and some of it I didn't. And I'm like, I'm wondering how long it's going to stay on the page. So I'm going to have to look out for that. But yeah, stickers do go bad, y'all. They do go bad, just like your washi. You have to use it up before it loses its stickiness, or else it won't stick. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of fill in some of the areas with a few of these other stickers. And then you'll see me use a little, you know, pieces of popcorn as well to fill in some of the little blank spots. And now I think we can pretty much call this title page done. If only I had a few more of those little popcorns, I would have put them everywhere. I think they're so cute. All right, so let's move on to now I don't know what else to call it, so we'll just call it Hall of Fame pages, favorites. I'm actually not going to title it Hall of Fame or Wall of Fame or anything like that, but I am going to divide this by movies and series. So I'm going to have one page that's just going to be dedicated to the top movies. When I say top movies, I'm thinking like 5 stars, even though I'm not sure if I'm going to rate movies on a star scale or not, or anything that I watch on TV on a star scale. But yeah, that's what would go here. Basically, the ones that I would rant and rave about to other people, you got to watch this. That is what will go here. So to simplify the decorating process, I'm just going to be using the scrapbook paper to create these pages. This one, what I ended up doing, this is actually an 8.5 by 11 sheet. I think it's 8.5. I didn't measure that size, but it was 11 inches wide. So what I did is I just cut that in the middle, 5.5. So that way I could just put it on the page that way instead of cutting it with the X-Acto knife. Because if I put it on the page as a full sheet and then cut it down the middle with the X-Acto knife, what would have happened is right where that seam is, the middle part where the book closes, it would have started curling up on those pages because it's too close to the seam. So I needed to have a little bit of a gap between the 2 pages. So that way, 1, the book would shut a little bit better, but 2, the actual scrapbook paper wouldn't curl up right in the center. So I had this great idea here that I was going to cut the page diagonally, put the front page on the top, and then the back page, which is the yellow color, on the bottom. Mainly because I thought that the popcorn pattern was a little busy, so I wanted to kind of break it up. Note to self, if it is not a square, you cannot cut it diagonally and then flip one of the pages over and have it form a perfect rectangle again. It does not work that way, guys. I wasn't even thinking about that when I cut it in half diagonally. Yeah, you see, I mean, I cut out a lot of it, but I was really trying to put the square peg in the circle hole. I just kept trying over and over again like it was going to miraculously start fitting. You can see I'm even doing it right here. Eventually, I'm like, you know what? I have more paper. Let's try a different sheet of scrapbook paper. And that is when I decided to do something a little bit different. And that is to mix patterns. Usually I go the safe route, which I consider safe as, doing a pattern with something solid. But here I am living on the wild side today, y'all. So I'm going to be mixing the patterns, and in the end, I'm really glad I did it. I think it looks really, really cool. So what I'm thinking for these pages, I have to say what I'm thinking because, I don't really have anything to put on these pages yet to kind of go ahead and commit. But I'm thinking about putting like the movie posters or the TV show posters on the page itself. Obviously, maybe I'll get lazy and just put like a box sticker and write the title on it. That works too. But if I decide to do show posters or movie posters, I will probably leave a little bit of a border around it so that way it actually stands out against this busy background because it is busy. Speaking of which, instead of putting the title directly on the page, which the title is just going to be like top series, I decided to put this sticker, which I knew I wanted to use somewhere. And I wanted to use it somewhere for a title. I decided to go ahead and use this. And because there's stars at the top, I needed to put it further down the page and not directly at the top because it would have taken up a lot of room. And it would have been at the tip top anyway because of those stars. So I put it in the middle of the page, and I really like the way that looked. I need to start remembering that like if I'm going to be putting things all over the page, I can put the title in the middle of the page. I can put it on the side of the page. I don't have to put it at the top because I really like how this looks where it is. And then you will see I will go back to the first page and write best movies. So I will be adding the titles to these pages just for future reference because, especially when it comes to movies, it may stay blank for a while. Because when I'm thinking about best movies and best series, it's from now forward. So I'm not backtracking, or should I say April? Like whenever I decide to start logging the books, like I think I can go back to April. I think my memory will kind of take me back that far. So like a series that I need to rant and rave about, then I'll put that in there from April forward. So I'm not going to go too far back. So these could be blank for a while is what I'm trying to say. All right, so I don't really want to have any more pages for any other top or best. So no documentaries or non-series shows. Kind of like those reality shows or things like that. Maybe I'll do like a guilty pleasure page or something like that in the future. I did leave 2 pages blank after my top series page, just in case I need a second top series page or if I wanted to add something else. But what I'm doing here is I am going to be doing a rewatch page. So this is primarily going to be for series. I think it's only going to be for series just because it takes a commitment. If I want to rewatch a movie, it's like literally it'll take me 2.5 hours, not much of a commitment. Well, check that. Like I said, it does take me a while to actually want to sit down and watch a movie. So maybe it does take a commitment. But you know, a series or a show takes a commitment, especially if they are multiple seasons long and you want to do like a binge watch of the entire series. So that's the reason why I wanted to dedicate a page to this. This will kind of be like a tracker of sorts as well. So I decided to use the scraps that I had left over from all of the other pages, and I decided to use the solid sides of those scraps. And I love the way it turned out. I think it looked really cool. Those colors look really well together. And, you know, it's a little bit different than the other pages, kind of separating the sections, I guess you can say. Again, I'm using some of these cardboard stickers here. I have another sticker that I'm using for the title that was in that top left-hand corner. I will put rewatch there with some stickers from Calva Plan. And then you will see I do add some stickers to do my tracking. And that is because I don't want to forget my idea. Because like I said, I'm not sure when I'm going to start this necessarily. This might be something, you know, when I want to start rewatching a series, I'm thinking that's something that I'll kind of get into around the holidays when I have more time off work and things like that to devote to that. But right now, what I think I'm going to be doing for this is I found these really cute habit trackers and this Wrong bullet journal sticker book. I'm not sure if this is still available. I got this from Amazon, by the way, but it's fairly old, and yes, you can tell I haven't used it. I might have used a couple of stickers at some point, but I forget about it. So you did see me tear that page out of the book because what I'm going to do is now I'm going to put that sticker page in the back of this journal so that way I have it with me to use those stickers. There's some water tracker stickers on there. I never use water trackers, so it's fine that they're on there and they won't get used. But yeah, I just put a few on here sporadically. Obviously, that page would fill up if I'm, you know, rewatching a whole bunch of series, but I didn't really want to fill it up now because I'm not sure how I'm going to use it. Am I going to use it, the habit tracker, to be like each circle indicates a series, or I mean a season, so like season 1, season 2, season 3, or do I want one habit tracker by itself to be a season and then the circles to be an episode? I don't know yet. That is something for me to decide later when I actually get into it and start tracking at least one of them. All right, so I do want a separate section header here for my watch log. So yeah, like I said, this is going to be set up pretty much identical. Well, I guess it's not going to be identical because it's going to be a little bit different, but how I did my reading log and my book review journal. I'm going to be setting up areas per year for this. So it's not going to be a continuous type thing. I just kind of want to see what I read year to year. Plus, I think it's going to be a little bit, you know, easier to set up because I want to divide everything by media type or TV type. So like I want a separate log for series, a separate log for movies, a separate log for shows, which are going to be like reality shows, competition shows, things like that. I just like them separate. It's just a personal thing. You could just do a log, like a running log, and then have a checkbox next to it, whether it's a movie or even like maybe color code it with a dot, whether it's a movie, series, or whatever. That's actually not a bad idea. But I've already done this, so this is what I'm rolling with. And I you know me, I have a separate journal for everything, so why wouldn't I have a separate table for everything? So you did see me cut I ended up cutting 2 pages shorter here, so that way it's almost like, you know, it is a Dutch door, but therefore you have a full-size page in the front and a full-size page in the back, and then that's going to indicate that everything in between that is for 2026. So I like doing that when I'm going to have like multiple sections, or like in this case multiple years. So like everything within 2026, like I said, is within that Dutch door section. So that's probably how I'm going to continue to do it. Of course, maybe I'll get another idea before I have to set up 2027, but I kind of like the way I've kind of, you know, intend to do it. So yeah, I am right now just putting washi at the bottom of the page. Because I cut it out, I'm trying to fit the washi below the cutout and then again above the cutout at the top. So that's why you see me removing the washi and putting it back down, because that yellow washi, which by the way also came from the Planners Anonymous kit, wasn't quite thick enough to cover the entire space below the cutout. So that is the reason why I'm sandwiching it between that really thin film strip washi, which I think also came from this kit. I did have to do some layering to make it work, but I really like how this looks. I think it looks really cool with the 2 washis together, so I am glad I did it. So I will briefly mention that I will not be drawing all of the tables today. Y'all, I wasn't even doing this that long. I think this was going on maybe close to like an hour and a half, just because of the cutting and the measuring and things like that. But it was late in the day and I had hit my maximum creative output for the day. I was like, I'm kind of done. You know, you reach those points, you're like, I mean, maybe I say creative output, this is the only creative activity I've done today, but I was just exhausted. So I'm just going to be drawing a table for series, which is, you know, like I said, that's mostly what I watch. So get that one done, and then I'll do the rest of them later off camera. You kind of get the gist after I do series what I'm planning on doing, so I feel like that gives you a good enough idea of how I plan on setting this up. I will not be doing any more of the cover pages today either, because like I said, I'm pretty much done. Now for the series, I will be drawing a table. Let me go ahead and tell you what I'm going to put in it. It's going to be the series name. Then I'm going to have 2 small columns next to that. One of them is going to be what season I'm watching. So if I'm watching multiple seasons, I might track that differently because I only draw this table on this left page and not on the right side. I might track, if I decide to watch multiple seasons, I might track it over there on that right side and do something a little bit different. Again, I'll figure that out when it comes time to actually track one of those. But if I'm just watching one season and it's season 3, then I'll write 3. And then next to that, I'll write how many episodes I watched, because, you know, I could DNF a series. So I might watch like 4 of 7 episodes or something like that. So I'll note that. Or if I watch the whole season, I'll write that. And I do have an area that I think I want to rate it. Got to figure out how, if it's going to be a thumbs up, thumbs down, or whatever. And then finally, I am going to, I think just like my reading review book, have an area where I can put a page number if I choose to do some type of creative spread, which, like I said, will not be for everything. So the only ones I do a creative spread for will have a page number, and the other ones will just have a line. All right, guys, we're going to do a quick flip through. So here we go. Here is the title page. Again, I kept things simple with the setup as far as just using pretty much everything from Planners Anonymous, except I did pull the letters from this, for this page, from the collage type sticker book. And then all of the other letter stickers I got from Kelva Plans Volume 3, which I don't think is available. Collage type from Live La Posh is. I am an affiliate for both Live La Posh and Kelva Plans, so check down in my description box for affiliate links and discount codes for Live La Posh. But yeah, I used like my Planners Anonymous stuff. Really happy about that. Finally going through my stockpile and using all of the things. This was super simple It was just one of the scrapbook pages from the Planners Anonymous kit. And then I put the Keleva Plan stickers, best movies. Like I said, I don't really have any like, oh my gosh, that's the greatest movie ever type feeling for a lot of new movies that I see. A lot of my past movies, yes. But again, this is moving forward. So I don't think it's going to fill up. So that's why I put top series right behind it. But I did save a page or two after that, not just to continue on with top series, but maybe I want to do something else, maybe guilty pleasures or something like that I'll put on there. And then my rewatch log, I just put these stickers here so I won't forget that that's my idea. Because I will forget how I planned on doing it. And the next thing I know, I'll be drawing a table. So I did that. I'm going to put the extra stickers from this in the folder. I need to cut them down. Then we have an extra page, I guess, and a half. And we have my watch log. And here's my 2026 watch log for series, shows, and movies. Then, because I have hit my creative capacity, which for me means that my satisfaction for what I create will probably go down because I'll be rushing. So I figured I will stop because I don't want that to happen. I want to actually like what I create. So I'm like, you know what? We're going to pause for now. I'll do a cover page later on. I will do a flip through of this. Definitely by the end of the year, maybe sooner than that, maybe just in a random video, I'll quickly show you this. But I'll just do a quick cover page. And I ran out of things from the Planners Anonymous set, so I'll probably just use the card and maybe throw some other little things on there. And then I have this many pages dedicated to like creative spreads for movies or shows or what have you. In all honesty, I'm really excited about logging them. So I don't think there's going to be too many creative spreads. Just kind of when I feel like it, probably more so for series or even shows. Like if I'm watching a reality show, I think it'll be kind of fun. Especially if it's a challenge type show like Traders. At the beginning, write down my winner pick or something like that. And then come back at the end and kind of do a full thought about the season and see that on there. I think that can be kind of cool. And then coming soon, this is my to be watched list. So I'm just going to write the name of the show or movie, the network that it's on. If it's a series, I'm going to write the season or the number of seasons that there are for that. Because I'm assuming if I put it in here, it's something I haven't watched. So I need to put that on there, like Game of Thrones. I'll do Game of Thrones. I don't know how many seasons there were, but I haven't watched that yet. So if I want to say like 7 seasons, if it's something that like the next season is coming out in April of 2027, I might want to put that on there because like if season 2 is coming out like next April, then I might want to watch season 1 soon type thing. So yeah, that's my plan for that. Again, I will show you that at a later time, but I'm done, y'all. But I hope this gave you some ideas. Whether or not it's a movie tracker or something else, or, you know, maybe you just like watching these things. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button. If you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing. That's all I have for now, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.